Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky, regular meeting, City Hall, March 3rd, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. We're going to begin with the invocation and pledge allegiance. I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Melinda Hill, that just had her birthday this week. So,
Thank you so much. If everyone would please stand, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this city and the opportunity to serve its people. Please grant this commission wisdom, unity, and integrity as we deliberate today. Guide our decisions to continue the prosperity of our community. Continue to watch over and protect our first responders as they serve our community. May our work tonight honor you and serve the common good. In your name we pray. Amen. If you'll face the flag for Pledge Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you, Commissioner Hill. Mrs. Jackson, will you please provide a roll call?
Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
Commissioner Beasley Brown.
Here.
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Perigin.
Here.
Mayor Alcott.
Here. Mr. Meisel, do you have comments at this time?
I do, Mayor, thank you. If you are in the audience and would like to make public comments unrelated to an agenda item, please sign the register. Back corner of the room, we'll take those up after our regular session. And then secondly, there'll be a need for a closed session. I'd like Ashley to read the reason.
Pursuant to KRS 61.810(1)B, for the purpose of deliberations on the future acquisition of real property by the city, as publicity would likely affect the value of the specific piece of property to be acquired by the city, and N, for discussions related to the selection of a successful bidder for award of a contract.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Bailey. Any discussion? None. Roll call, please.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Our first item is approval of minutes, regular meeting, February 17th, 2026.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Any discussion? None. Roll call, please.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2026-42.
Municipal order approving the promotions of Robert Perry to the position of police captain and Andrew Kilborn to the position of police sergeant in the police department.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mrs. Katie Schaller-Ward.
Good afternoon. We recently had the retirement of Captain Jared Maris, and with that retirement, and we want to thank him obviously for his years of service with the city, and I'm sure the chief will also do that. But we have an opportunity now for promotion, and this is sort of a domino. We replace a captain, then we have to backfill with a sergeant. And so I'd like Chief Delaney to please come forward to present these recommendations for promotion.
Evening, Mayor Commissioners. Thank you for this opportunity. Like Katie Schaller-Ward said, we'd like to thank Captain Maris for his service to 20 years of service to the city. Excellent service, and he retired Friday was his last day. With that comes the opportunity to celebrate a little bit, and make two people mad and make several upset, but it's hard making these decisions when you have great people. But tonight, first of all, I'd like to recommend Andrew Kilborn. I think he's here, if you'd like to stand, for the position of sergeant. He's a native of Barron County. He started with us in 2019. He left for a little bit and decided that this is where he wanted to make his career, and he came back to Bowling Green, and he's been an excellent addition to our team ever since then. He's on the CRT team. He's a negotiator. He's on our community engagement team. And all of those things are true about him, but the most important thing is he never says no. He's always has a positive attitude. He's got the can-do spirit. I don't care what you ask him to do. He said, yeah, we can do it. So with that, I'd like to recommend him to be for the position of sergeant tonight.
Chief. Andrew, did you bring anyone with you? I know you got the...
Yes, sir. I brought my wife, Autumn,
Hi.
and my dad, Andy.
Hello. All right. Well, we're going to put this together.
Second, Robbie Perry. He's standing in the back there. He's been with the department. He's a native of Louisville, Kentucky. He's been with the department since 2006. He's a designated marksman, a team leader on the designated marksman team. He's the administrator over several of our products. And you probably haven't seen Robbie very much. He stayed the majority of his career on midnight shift because he wanted to coach his daughter. And so he sacrificed for years being on midnight shift because he put family first. So tonight gives me great pleasure to recommend him for the position of captain.
All right, Robert, you have anyone tonight with you?
Yes, sir. My wife Rachel and my daughter Avery are here, and actually half of my cross-country team that I coach are downstairs.
Gentlemen, thank you for sharing this. Families, thank you for being here for this celebration. Thank you for your commitment to serve our community and to serve it well. And with that, congratulations, Sergeant Early and Captain Early. Commissioners?
Congrats.
We're going to make this official. Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes, congratulations, Captain Robert Perry and Sergeant Andrew Kilborn. Municipal Order Number 2026-43.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of Dan Rayleigh to the position of Operations Maintenance Technician 1 in the Public Works Department.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Hill. Mrs. Schaller Ward.
We currently have 3 vacancies in our operations division. This is going to fill one of them. A second one was filled with a transfer from Parks Department over to operations, so sorry, Parks. But we are going to have, if HR Manager Lori Gray would come forward, she'll present this recommendation to fill the appointment, and then a third appointment will be made at some future point in some future meeting.
Good evening. Thank you. I'm here to recommend Diane Rayleigh to the position of Operations Maintenance Technician 1, or what we call OMT 1, in our Operations Division of the Public Works Department. He could not be here this evening. He holds a bachelor's degree in business administration from UT Western Governors University, an associate's degree in respiratory therapy from South Central Kentucky Community and Technical College, and an associate's degree in digital production audio from National Academy of Design and Technology in Nashville. Diane also worked for us previously as an OMT1 at our operations division. And something I did leave out was we did receive 124 applications for this position. 62 applicants were reviewed by the department, and we interviewed 10 candidates. So we did see a really high response to this ad, or to this recruitment ad. So if you'll have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori. Questions at this? Okay, we'll make it official. Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Congratulations to Diane Rayleigh. Municipal Order Number 2026-44.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of Colton Livingston to the position of police officer in the police department.
Moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Brown, second by Commissioner Hill. Mrs. Schaller Ward.
We are always recruiting for police officers, particularly certified police officers, and we have an opportunity tonight for HR Manager Lori Gray to present a recommendation for appointment of a certified officer.
Again. So, like Ms. Schaller Ward said, we recruit year-round, and we always have a position open for certified officer. I'm here this evening to get the approval for the appointment of Colton Livingston, and he is here with us this evening, if you'll stand up. Colton is graduated from Trigg County High School, and his most recent position was a project manager at MVR in Franklin, Tennessee. His previous law enforcement experience was with the city of Franklin, Tennessee, and the city of Cadiz, Kentucky. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Assay. Colton, welcome to Bowling Green from Katie's. You have anyone here tonight?
Yes, sir. I got my wife Michaela, my son Henry, and then my aunt and uncle Dana and Jason.
Well, we're thankful for your family being here tonight. We're thankful you're coming to Bowling Green, and Godspeed to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, commissioners, we're going to make it official. Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes, congratulations to Colton Livingston, our newest officer. Okay, if you would like to depart at this time, we'll give a few minutes for transition.
No one recognizes the way he spelled his name.
My grandkids had a blast sleeping in that camper. They thought it was a big deal. Little Ira out there.
Okay, municipal order number 2026-45.
Municipal order authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into grant agreements for strategic neighborhood grants with various organizations.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Mizel.
We have another round of our strategic neighborhood grant program to come out for the spring of 2026. I'd like to ask Leda Becker, our Community Engagement Division Manager, to come up and give you an overview and answer any questions you might have. We've got 11 good projects here, and Leda's going to give you the rundown. Leda?
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Mizel. Thank you, Mayor and City Commissioners. We had a really great, successful second round for the spring for the Strategic Neighborhood Grant Program. This was a revamped program, formerly known as the Flexible Neighborhood Grant Program. We had 31 applications that were submitted. We had an entire month for neighbors to submit their projects and applications from January 1st through February 1st, and we have selected 11 projects to be awarded grants. We have several representatives here from those neighborhoods that submitted the projects. These are neighbor-led projects with neighborhood backing. That's a really integral part of the program. We know that we're funding the projects, but we want neighbors to lead the charge in completing the programs. Our fall cycle was very successful. We had already awarded 10 of the grants, and 8 projects have already been completed. So it's a really a good testament of how the program is working. So we're excited for what neighbors are going to do this next round. Our first allotment for the grant is for our Barnwood neighbors for the Karenni Traditional Festival, and we have allocated $2,000. It wasn't the full request, but it was a partial request that we are recommending for funding. Our second neighborhood is the Burr Oaks neighborhood off of Fairview Avenue, and this is for a lighting improvement project. We are also not fully funding their proposal, but we're doing partial funding. We only had $39,000, which was an initial allotment of $30,000, and then an additional $9,450 from previous cycles. So this is a $3,500 request that we are funding. We also have Callaway Gardens Island Restoration, and we have awarded the full request of $925. We have with us Ms. Pat Martin, wave, at the City Commission. She's here representing Callaway Garden neighbors. We also are recommending funding for the Cross Ridge Preservation Association for the redrafting of their HOA bylaws for an amount of $5,000. We have with us representatives from Cross Ridge, Mr. Lance Sunderland and Mr. Rick McCubbins. Say hi. We also recommend funding for Eastland Park Privacy Fund to complete a gap that they have in the back of the property that backs up to the Menards property in the amount of $6,000. I don't think anyone from Eastland is here. The next project is the Fieldstone Farms mailbox update in the amount of $5,250 to revamp and refurbish outdated mailboxes. And that project is also recommended for funding. Don't think I have Mr. Starling here, nope. The 7th project is the Highland Weston Roundabout Beautification Project. We're fully funding that project at $2,000. We have a representative, Mr. Kyle Markland, who is here with us, who submitted the project proposal that we're recommending for funding. The 8th project is the Hillview Mills residential neighborhood sign, which would add an additional sign off of Blue Level Road to the back entrance of the neighborhood, and we're fully funding that project for $6,000. We have with us Deidre Green in the back, and Mr. D. Savage, which is the president of the HOA. And then the 9th project is the McFadden's Ferry sign repair. If you remember, a couple years back, that sign was hit by a vehicle, and no one was really responsible to take care of the damages. We finally have a proposal from the neighbors for a neighborhood project to repair and refurbish that sign. We have Mr. Steve Holt with us and his wife Lynn, who submitted the proposal, and they'll be leading that project. The 10th project would be the Pleasant Colony HOA tree removal, submitted by Mr. Wayne Hohen for $2,790. Don't think we have Mr. Wayne here with us. And the last proposal was Point Court Beautification Project, submitted by Ms. Shanetti Jones, who is here in the audience with her husband as well, for $1,950. That is to redo part of the fencing in that neighborhood as well. So that totals $39,415 worth of funding, which is just about as much as we can do with that for this cycle. Do you have any questions about any of the projects, any of the other submissions, anything that I can answer?
Go ahead, Carlos.
I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. Thank you so much for keeping this program alive and for allowing things like the sign. You know, it's an entire neighborhood. Who's going to pay for it? So, you know, these are really, really good projects, and I'm going to thank my neighbor, Mr. Markland, down the street from me, for submitting for our street. Thank you. Because it is work. It's work. And then I also wanted to say thank you for all of the neighbors that showed up here tonight to receive your award. That's most appreciated, that you're a part of what we're doing, and so we appreciate you all being here tonight.
Same. I'm glad that we actually have this neighborhood improvement grants that we can give out there to improve our neighborhoods. But not only that, I appreciate you and everyone else that's been a part of it, because we know these neighbors are trying to just improve it. And these grants, if you can also let, I guess, the people know that it's not that we tell what actually happens, it's the neighborhood that tells us what they want to utilize the money for. So that always improves the neighborhoods. I know several people that's here, and I'm glad that we're utilizing that money to actually beautify Bowling Green and helping the neighborhoods look better and stuff. So I appreciate everyone that's actually taking part of it, because they want to make sure that their neighborhoods actually look good for the future and moving forward. So there's several people that I actually know in here. And Deidre, Shanetta, Steve, her husband. So, you know, everybody, it's a good thing that Bowling Green has.
All of our neighbors then have been invited to be a part of the Community Impact Awards, which we are going to host on March 24th, where we'll recognize them. And I also want to point out a special thank you to Mr. Jake Moore, our grants coordinator, who was really pivotal and integral in helping to manage this project. Alongside, we review the applications, and he will take forward in helping the homeowners with all of their payments and managing those grants. So thank you, Jake, for that. So thank you for the City Commission and all of you guys. I just love this. Thank you.
I just want to echo everyone's thanks as well. Just looking at all these different projects all across our city, and just, you know, how exciting it is. And this is what makes Bowling Green so great, right? That we have all of these neighborhoods that, you know, they could easily say, oh, well, that's someone else's problem, but they are coming together as a neighborhood and taking care of each other and their neighborhood. And that's what makes this such a wonderful community to raise a family, retire, and just live. And I'm just so grateful for all the neighbors who are taking leadership and taking care of their neighborhood and improving it and making sure that this continues to be such an incredible place to live. And so I just want to say thanks to the neighborhoods and thanks to the team in the city who's helping to empower these neighborhoods to improve it and make it better. So just, yeah, thanks everybody.
Well, Leda, thank you so much for your presentation Community members, thank you so much for your engagement. It's this spark of investment that changes our community. And when people see that spark, they want to be part of it. So you're here tonight, and that's a big commitment. So we thank you so much for the time you took to do this, the time you took to consult your neighbors, and the time you took to come and find solutions in our city. So that means that you are outstanding citizens, and we appreciate your citizenship. Without that, we're going to make it official. Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes, congratulations, citizens. Thank you. Municipal Order 2026-46.
Municipal order accepting the Intermodal Transportation Authority, Inc. financial statements ending June 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Hill. Mr. Mizel.
The June 30, 2025 ITA audit has been completed and presented to the ITA board who accepted it. Per interlocal agreement, the city and county has to also accept this audit. It's a clean audit of the ITA financials. Meredith Wilson, our interim CEO for the Chamber of Commerce, is here and can answer any questions you might have. And Meredith, if you have any comments, please.
One, I want to say it's not fair that I have to follow Leda, who got to give out money, and then I got an audit report.
Always welcome here,
It is a
Meredith.
clean audit, though. So just real fast, I just wanted to kind of brief a couple things. One, on page 1 of the audit report that you received, it is a clean audit opinion. We are very happy about that. And I would encourage you, starting on page 5 is the management discussion and analysis. And so that's sort of my write-up annually that kind of gives an overview in layman's terms of what happened during the year for the ITA. So I would encourage you to read that and let me know if you have any questions. Major things that happened during the year, we didn't have as many land sales this year, so you'll see a decrease in that versus prior year, and that will happen as we continue to sell off the property that we have available. And the big decrease in cash was, as you will recall, the state was generous to give us a $46 million grant to put in a large water line and a large sewer line from the BGMU plant all the way out to the Trans Park. That work was almost complete as of the end of our last fiscal year, and so that's why you see that cash decreasing, because it was received up front for that. And so no other major things going on. Just happy for the opportunity to work with you to manage these projects, and happy to take any specific questions that you may have on the financials.
Thank you. I'm very proud of the Intermodal Transportation Authority and what it does for our entire community. So thank you.
Quick shout out, we did get a name change. So we now have officially changed our name to the Bowling Green ITA, so, which will stand for Infrastructure, Technology, and Acreage.
Thank you. Okay, any further questions? Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal Order number 2026-47.
Municipal order approving construction and accepting maintenance of the Hub subdivision Phase 1.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Mizel.
The developer of Hub Phase 1 reached out to us and requested acceptance into the city's infrastructure. Melissa Cancel and her team went out along with Andy Souza, our Public Works Director, did their inspection back in April of 25. Follow-up inspection was done in September of 2025. I think along with that goes the City County Planning Commission staff to do their inspections as well. All in all, we're looking at 2,521 linear feet of roadway along with their associated sidewalk and storm sewer. There are some drainage basins in the hub, but those will be maintained by the developer and the commercial businesses there. We are not taking any responsibility over any of the interpretive items in the right-of-way. In other words, the above the basic kind of things, like the fancy, pretty things. Those will be the responsibility of the hub. And there's a map in your packet to kind of show you where we stub off on the streets and what turns into the private type driveways that we will not maintain. So that's in your packets. but Andy Suze, I believe, is here, and Melissa Kansler, our city engineer, back of the room, can answer any questions on this acceptance of Hub Phase 1. And I believe Hub Phase 2 will soon be coming soon after.
Okay,
Ben
thank you.
Peterson is also here with the Planning Commission Director, can answer any questions.
Mazel, questions? And roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal order number 2026-48.
Municipal order approving the purchase of turnout gear from 911 Fleet and Fire Equipment in the amount of $92,400 through cooperative purchase under Kentucky State pricing contract.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Mr. Mazel.
Bowling Green Fire Department is in need of 22 sets of turnout gear. These are their basic protection going into any incident, fire, to protect those firefighters. These are coats are $2,400 each, pants are $1,800 each. They have a lifespan of about 5 years, I believe, and we've got some that are expiring that we need to replace, and so we're looking at 22 sets. We found these out on a Kentucky state pricing contract with the 911 Fleet and Fire Equipment Company, and would like to propose purchase from them. Deputy Chief Doug Morris is here with us tonight, can answer any of your questions on this one.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mazel. Thank you, Chief, for being here. Questions at this time? None. Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal order number 2026-49.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting annual on-base content management software maintenance through a sole source with i3 ImageSoft LLC in an amount of $75,193.96.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin. Mr. Mazel.
We need your approval for the annual maintenance of our on-base system. This is our content management software package that we use for document management. This contract would provide us with subscription cost, phone support, upgrades as needed, any assistance that we need, software enhancements. I'd like to thank Danita Weeks, our IT director, for working on this renewal. Basically, we're looking at a total cost of $75,193. We have hundreds of users of this software. It's one of our main softwares that we use on a daily basis, and helps us maintain all of our documents, which are probably in the millions by now, I don't know, but request your approval to renew with the Highland On-Base Company for $75,193.96. Danita can answer any questions on this one.
Anita, thank you for being here. Questions? None. Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal order number 2026-50.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2026-35 for mowing services from Affordable Lawn Care and Pressure Washing LLC and Bluegrass Landscape LLC through non-competitive negotiations for a total amount not to exceed $642,080.20.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Mazel.
So a couple years ago, Parks and Rec teamed up with Public Works to bid out a lot of our mowing, which has really saved us. We broke this down into about six schedules, A through F. The A, B, D, and E were the big ones that were bid on, and then we did not receive any bids on Schedule C or F. And then there was also an alternative Schedule F that we did not receive any bids on. Long story short, we are recommending Affordable Lawn Care and Pressure Washing LLC for the Schedules A, B, D, and E, I believe. Total of $461,896. This includes some Public Works and Parks locations. And then we jumped down and we negotiated a price for Schedule C and F, And the negotiation turned out, recommendation is to go with Bluegrass Landscape LLC to do that work for a total of $184. Brent Belcher is here, can answer your questions. Annie Souza, our Public Works Director, is also here, can answer any questions on this somewhat complex contract, but it's a lot of work that we have to break down into smaller chunks, and be glad to answer any questions. Recommend your approval.
Mr. Mizel, commissioners, questions? None, roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal order number 2026-51.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2026-34 for intersection improvements from Scotty's Contracting and Stone LLC in an amount not to exceed $927,480.87.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin. Mr. Mizel.
Get ready. Here's the next roundabout. This is at Tomlinson Way and Brookshore Avenue. We've had this one designed for a little while. Finally got it in the budget for construction. Went out for bids where you received two, one from Scotty's and one from Cleary. And Scotty's came in at the $927,480.87. We were recommending them for this work. This will include some minor roadway realignment, pavement widening, construction of the roundabout, the truck apron, any drainage improvements that need to be done, and some street lighting. I'd like to thank Daniel Coulter, our Public Works Planner, for working on this one. He is here along with Andy Souza and could answer any of your questions on this one, but recommend your approval to go with Scotty's Contracting and Stone for the $927,480.
Fantastic. I believe this will make number 18 easy ingress and egress from Preston Miller Park. A lot of congestion, and this will pardon our progress, but will help us.
Coming off Veterans there, this will be a big help to getting traffic cleared through there, so safety reasons too.
Thank you all for your work. I know there's a few acquisitions on this just for small property, but appreciate what the team has done to accomplish this and continues on many of our road projects. It's very exciting to see the future of Bowling Green. So Andy, appreciate you and your team. Commissioners?
Really excited about it. I mean, every time I'm out there, I mean, it's just packed. The community loves this park, and this is such one of our great neighborhoods that we have out there, and I know this has been that bottleneck there at the opening, and so just really excited for the neighborhood and our community, and who use that park for swimming and soccer and the trails next to the river and all the things. So thank you all so much for always thinking through all the ways that we can continue to make our community and our neighborhoods better.
Okay, no further questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal order number 2026-52.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2026-36 for Go BG bus shelters from Baker Contracting LLC in an amount not to exceed $90,776.50.
So moved.
Second.
I wanted to move that second myself, but I
Take
give
it
that.
back and you second it?
No, I give it to you. That was moved by Beasley Brown, second by Carlos Bailey. Mr. Mizel.
So we would like to put 4 new bus shelters out, nice-looking bus shelters, and we went out for bid. I worked with RATP Dev to find the best locations, and needing some concrete pads poured on these for the 4 new bus shelters. In your packet is a picture of what they'll look like. Really nice looking. I'd like to thank Nick Cook and Brent Childers and their team for working on this, putting this together, working with Public Transit, RATP Dev as well, and Public Works staff. And we went out for bid, got 7 bids, and recommending Baker Contracting LLC for $90,776 to do this work. And we got several in the audience can answer your questions.
Nick here? No, I'm here. You're Nick today.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Brent, Nick.
First, I appreciate it. I know this is something that we needed for a very long time, just to have a shelter. I was watching the other day in front of the court. We have like a bus that stops right there. So how many are we gonna actually have, you know, through the city?
Right now, we have about a dozen in. These additional 4 will put us up to about 16.
When will it be, the additional 4 be completed?
Till they have to order them from the manufacturer, that'll take probably 30 to 45 days, and then the installation will go quick because they'll really just be bolt downs. So probably somewhere in the 90-day range, these will be installed.
I appreciate these, because in front of the courthouse, we have a bus stop that's right there, and it was raining the other day. And I was watching as the individuals just stood there. Melinda probably sees them too, because you're at CASA. They're just standing there, you know, while it's raining. So this is something that we definitely need, so I appreciate you and Nick.
Also, I want to thank the county as part of this. They're providing that land there. We tried to do this years ago and couldn't find a spot for it. Since the Justice Center is owned by the county, they're providing that land to us for us to be able to do this. 4 of our 5 routes start and end right there. So that is our #1 stop by far. And so we were trying to put an oversized shelter in there because it gets more foot traffic than anything else. It was just trying to find it to fit it in. So I also want to thank Warren County Fiscal Court for allowing us the opportunity to place this shelter there.
Thanks, Mr. Childs.
Anything else?
Just really grateful that we're adding these bus shelters like they mentioned. And when I'm seeing someone stand in the rain, I know they're waiting to go to work, and I can't imagine, you know, as you're standing there wanting to look professional to go to work and you're dripping wet.
Yeah.
And so I think this is so foundational to our economic development and our workforce, making sure that we're supporting everyone in their pursuit of being able to show up to work with dignity. And I know we still have so many spots without bus shelters, and so I wasn't sure if there is, you know, is there a plan kind of adding more each year, and what does that look like to where all of our bus stops
Right.
potentially all have coverage?
So, you know, these are not cheap. These are actually a better deal than what we thought we were going to get. But I also want to thank the mayor and you all for your leadership in this. You all are the ones that said, hey, we want you to go put these out there. You all put it in the budget. And I want to thank you all for that. And so we do plan to continue to put some of these out there. We're only still going to put them in strategic locations. Because of the cost, we're really looking at where we're having the most impact, the most amount of riders, because we have 189 stops. So we're not trying to get to every stop. What we're trying to hit, what are the ones that have the highest usage where we can achieve the most results? The other thing about this is these will have a green roof and the cantilever to kind of match with the existing Go BG Green Means Go philosophy that's out there. So I thank the mayor for pushing us to push past some of the restrictions that I'd put on ourselves. And so we continue to market and brand the transit service as a service for everyone, and so that everybody knows that public transit is here for them.
I'm just super excited about this continued, you know, investment in our public transportation, and I'm just excited about what's to come as we put more and more into it and supporting our community through this public transportation system. So thank you, guys.
Anything else?
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you all.
Team makes the dream work. All right, no further questions, comments, roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes, municipal order number 2026-53.
Municipal order approving the appointment of Rachel Crawford as an alternate member to the City of Bowling Green Code Enforcement and Nuisance Board.
Move.
Second?
This was, I think, Sue Perigin and I'll do Melinda. Sorry about that. I actually have an appointment that I make the recommendation, and right now, we have 5 members that sit on our code enforcement board. Very difficult job. People don't realize how difficult it is. Brad Sarkowski has asked us to come up with alternates, and we've used our alternates because they've actually now gone into permanent board members. But this will be our second one. We did one last week, and I'm very excited to announce that we're adding Rachel Crawford. She is comes from Murray State University. She graduated. She has several degrees, process engineering, and she came to Bowling Green with AESC. And so she's remaining in Bowling Green. We'd like to keep her in Bowling Green if all possible. And it is my privilege and honor to recommend Rachel Crawford to this board as an alternate. Any questions, comments? None, roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2026-2, second reading, binding.
Ordinance relating to budget amendment. Ordinance approving amendment number 2 to the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky annual operating budget for fiscal year 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Hill. This was 5-0 at our last meeting. If there's need for further discussion, we can. Okay, none, roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2026-3, second reading, binding, as amended.
Ordinance amending Code of Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 15, Business and General Regulations of the City of Bowling Green Code of Ordinances related to towing or immobilization, signage, and fee limits in private parking lots.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Dana Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Hill. This was also 5-0 at our last meeting. However, I'm going to allow, and we can open up for public discussion if there's any at this time, on this ordinance. And last time, what we did is we just came up to the podium, and if there's others that want to speak on this, what I'll do is just ask that you would stand next in line, and of course, we will acknowledge you and let you speak. You'll be given up to 5 minutes. I have a timer. I'll put it up here to be seen, and I will try to let you know when you are at 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and finishing at 5. And I see we have Mr. Alan Simpson. Welcome. And are you ready to begin, sir? Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to start you. You may go.
Thank you, Mayor, Board of Commissioners. We were here last time. Obviously, we may have impacted you a little bit, but what you're about to do, it sounds like, is illegal. It is unconstitutional. You cannot regulate prices for services in this state. The only possible way you could do that is if you gave Fountain Square Towing a franchise like we have for garbage pickup. That's the only way you can regulate prices. And I don't think that you're here tonight to grant an exclusive franchise. The last time we were here, we heard from 2 people who talked about incidences that have happened at Cookout, the place out on Campbell Lane. We heard about people with tactical gear and all of those kinds of things and guns. That is not Fountain Square Towing. It never has been. It's a different towing company. You also heard from a litany of people who got up here and admitted that they had basically parked illegally on private property and they had been towed and they were upset about it. And one poor young man apparently didn't learn the first 3 times and was towed a 4th time. You heard from an apartment manager that they sell parking permits to their residents. You heard that she's going to lose income at her apartment complex because they can't guarantee parking for their residents. You heard from another towing company, 2 brothers, that said, if you do what you're planning to do, he's out. And what you're going to do is to have a situation where people will be able to park wherever they want in apartment complexes. I know you're aware of how many apartment complexes have been built in Bowling Green in the last 20 years. It's going to be chaos in the parking lots. There are going to be fights. The police are going to be out there because people are going to start parking wherever they want to, whenever they want to, because there's going to be no one to go out on private lots and tow. So if you're ready for that, then that will be at your feet. The illegal idea was made worse last week when the announced reason for the session was to go into closed session to discuss litigation, when lo and behold, you came out and apparently discussed changing the proposed ordinance. That's a violation of the Open Meetings Act. We filed an amended complaint late yesterday afternoon, and your city attorney agreed to accept service. And so we look forward to dealing with that open records violation. As I stated to you in the last meeting, what price fixing is a socialist idea. I have visited a communist country about 90 miles off the coast of Florida. I've seen communism firsthand. I see what it does. I see the failed economy that exists in Cuba. That is exactly what this idea is. It is a communist idea. Are you going to regulate car wash prices? Are you going to regulate what electricians can charge? Dog groomers, HVAC companies? Are you going to start regulating those as well? Because I'm sure people think it's too much. You can't cower to the Facebook complainers. They're out there. You could put up a picture of Mother Teresa and someone would have something bad to say about it. So you have to ask yourself, where does this stop if you're going to go down this road? We don't think the court system will allow you to go down this road. We're going to do everything we can in court. If that means we take this to the Kentucky Supreme Court, so be it. We think we're going to win. We think you're going to spend a lot of money on attorneys and waste the taxpayers' dollars when you could be putting it in these neighborhood projects that we heard about earlier tonight. So it's bad policy. You can stop it tonight, or you can let the court system stop it. We ask that you vote no, and I would like to defer the rest of my time to Mr. Nash, who would like to speak.
Sir, he can be given his own time.
Evening. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to just introduce yourself, and I will start it once you do that.
All right, I'm Heather Kessler, and I spoke last time, and I appreciate the time that you're allowing me to speak tonight. I am a business owner on East Main Street, so although I have not been told myself, I do have firsthand experience of seeing what is happening in that particular location. And the word that I would use to describe this overall in talking to people since the last time I was here, very similar stories, and all are very fear motivated. So there are clearly reasons for towing. I may be calling a tow company soon because I have 4 spots behind the place that I rent, and sometimes they're blocked in, sometimes people take my space and they encroach upon, what I'm paying rent for. But I try to hold off and not call towing immediately, and those days may soon be over because I've given lots of chances. So I say this to illustrate the point that yes, there is a time and place for towing. I'm not anti-towing. I am anti the predatory nature of the towing that I have witnessed. So I think we need to ask ourselves, what kind of town do we want? What kind of downtown, in my case, do I want? Do we want people who are terrified and scared to come downtown lest they park in the wrong spot and are towed within 6 or 7 minutes? Because those are the things that we're dealing with now. And I would like all the wonderful things that I hear about when I've been in these meetings and all the things going on to benefit our community. Those are making us, furthering us, making us an inviting, welcoming town. So I would just like for us to say, what can we do to make Bowling Green better instead of looking at, how can we catch people and make the most money possible? So thank you for your time, and I appreciate your consideration of this.
Okay. Thumbs up. I'm going to reset. And once you
Point
introduce,
of information, if you would, at first. It's about the process, not about comments on the
you're given
ordinance.
5 minutes on this, so I'm going to
It's
start it.
ridiculous. There's going to be foul language in this, so I'd like the voters, the listeners to the program to know that. So if there are children that might be watching in the room or watching on television, you may want to turn down the volume. My name is Slim Nash, and I'm the owner of Fountain Square Towing, and I'm being targeted by the city of Bowling Green. I stand before you this evening utterly disappointed in a number of ways. The ordinance that you are proposing to pass this evening, I believe, is illegal. I believe it's unconstitutional. I have sat in the seat that you're sitting in tonight. You're fortunate to sit there. Because I've had the honor of doing so, I'm utterly disappointed in the fact that you will not have open discussion on this ordinance. You are elected officials. Along with that election comes a responsibility of being able to articulate not only what an ordinance is about, but why. Are you afraid of what some might say about you on Facebook? You can hide behind the advice, albeit bad advice, of the city attorney if you choose, but it is a choice that you are making. Chuckle all you like. Again, I've sat in the seat that you're sitting in. I've been given the same advice that you've been given. The difference between me and you is I decided that my duty was not to the city attorney or the city manager. I decided my duty was to the electorate, and I ignored the advice of staying silent when explaining the why to the citizenry. If you are confident in what you're doing, then you don't shy away from articulating why you're doing it. Tonight, I'm disappointed in your cowardice. When opening Fountain Square Towing, I had more than one meeting with the city manager, with the assistant city manager, with the city attorney, and the police chief. The purpose of those meetings was to understand how to operate within the confines of the existing ordinance. I believe the ordinance unconstitutional then, but in the interest of going along to get along, the meetings were focused on compliance with the ordinance rather than its unlawfulness. The resentment towards my business was displayed by the city attorney in that very first meeting. She bemoaned. Pardon me?
3 minutes.
Well, give me a finger. Give me the fingers. Don't interrupt me. She bemoaned how, when she was a college student at UK, her vehicle was routinely impounded. She continued by saying she hated private property impound. I asked her if she was wrong when her vehicle was impounded in the past. She acknowledged, much like the speakers at the last City Commission meeting 2 weeks ago, that she violated the rules, but did so because she didn't like the rules and was in a hurry for class. She sounded entitled then, she sounds entitled tonight, and if you pass this ordinance, you will look just as entitled. I was shocked when she said these things in the meeting, so much so I looked at the city manager, expecting him to redirect her. He looked shocked, but he didn't say a word. Following that meeting, I knew I was in it for an uphill battle with the city of Bowling Green. Despite the climb, I've worked very hard to stay within the confines of the illegal Sydney ordinance, state law and DOT regulations. On one occasion, I failed to complete the proper paperwork and was issued a citation. One of my tow trucks was impounded, and the cost of that impound was over $400. I had to shut down my business for approximately 1 week until all paperwork can be completed, submitted, and approved. Absent that mistake, I've operated lawfully. Despite operating lawfully, I've been threatened with arrest on multiple occasions, despite violations of the towing ordinance not being an arrestable offense. My drivers have been threatened with physical violence on a regular basis. People doing the threatening are the people who are trespassing on private property, and those are the people you are passing this ordinance for, trespassers. If you want Bowling Green to continue to grow, you will not attempt to illegally set prices for private enterprise. Many people would like to believe that those who have their vehicles impounded are sweet little old ladies or college students who didn't know better. Some may be, but the following voicemail represents 85% of the people who choose, whose vehicles are impounded. I warn you about foul language.
You have 24 fucking hours to bring the cream Mini Cooper to 1309 High Street. I'm gonna fuck your ass up. You fucking hear me, you slim ass piece of you fat piece of shit. I will fuck your company entirely. You fucking hear me? Have a good night.
That's who you represent. That's what you're doing tonight. 85% of the people, that's how they act. Some may suggest that that person who left that voicemail is a degenerate, that an upstanding pillar of our community would never do such a thing. I beg to differ. City Manager Jeff Meisel has an immediate family member who knowingly parked in violation of the rules of a downtown parking lot. Mr. Meisel told me himself that he warned his family member not to park there. Mr. Meisel told his family member, "You will get towed." His family member ignored Mr. Meisel's warnings, and the family member's vehicle was towed. That family member now goes around town and calls Slim Nash a piece of shit.
Mr. Nash, your time is up.
Much more to say. It's a disgrace that you don't allow more debate. May I see the clock?
5:19.
Thank you.
And I stopped it at 10 after I gave you the extra 10 seconds.
Very kind of you.
You're welcome. All right, is there any other further discussion from the public on this ordinance? Okay, thank you very much. There's none at this time. Roll call.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming tonight. Our next meeting is March 17th, 2026. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got ahead of myself. Two things. We are going to have public comments, and then we are going to go to closed session for the reasons stated earlier. So, Mrs. Jackson's checking for public comments. This is comments outside of this agenda item. Okay, Mr. Davis, I have you first. I'm going to reset my timer here. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you all?
All right. When
Y'all-
you're ready, I'm going to start.
Okay. Y'all know why I'm here. I keep hearing all the time from many of you up there, neighborhood improvement, and that really resonates with me. That's what I'm after, is to improve my neighborhood, okay? Mr. Simpson made a comment that we're going to have fighting and stuff with this ordinance that's coming up, so I'm digressing to that a little bit. I park on the streets. I'm not parking in any parking lots. I park on the streets. So, but I don't want fighting, because it's going to take police officers away from their ability to come maybe into Cross Ridge and do that. I've also been told from multiple people that there are a lot of things in Bowling Green going on that take away the police department from the neighborhood patrolling. And that's sad to me. My neighborhood is just as important to me as a lot of things going on. I got 2 neighborhood members sitting right here, and one of them can tell you how many stop signs are run all the time. I promise you, I live close to the first intersection. He lives close to the second one. So anyway, what I'm after is Mr. Souza here? He was sitting back there. I'm in contact with him. We're trying to see about the permanent radar speed signs. What I didn't like hearing was the fact that, well, we're seeing if it's feasible. Well, those radar speed signs are not going to cost near as much as a lot of stuff that I saw in this agenda. So that will help. Again, Band-Aid approaches, but I'm here again to say to you is the only way, we've got speed signs on both ends of Ridge Side when you turn on there. There's still 50 miles an hour past my house in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. Now, they stop up next to Mr. McCubben's house because there's 2 stop signs pretty close, but from that stop sign to mine is almost a quarter of a mile. So they can really pick up speed. So again, I'm wanting my neighborhood safe. I'm wanting things to put in there. I don't know who needs to do it. He's not here in the room, the police chief, but please get somebody to come into my neighborhood and patrol. That's the only way you're going to stop it. You're going to have speed limit signs there, not going to stop them. Stop signs, they're not stopping at the stop signs, but they will stop for that black and white car with the blue lights on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Day. All right, next I have David Duffer. Mr. Duffer. I'm going to reset this. Just introduce yourself, and you may begin.
Hello, I know I'm kind of out of place here, not living in Bowling Green city limits. But as you know, as far as I know, there's not a Warren County panel setting like they do in the city. My situation, I'm not just bringing it to y'all. I've already brought it to Sheriff Hightower. He did the speed limit sign. He did the patrol, but it's not stopping. My ordinance here that I have tonight to bring to you is, I live in Gherkin neighborhood of Warren County, where each day it feels more dangerous than the last due to the reckless speeding of vehicles driving through our streets. Just walking to a mailbox creates stress and fear. Whereas y'all remember, I'll bring up the subject. One street over from Gherkin Bowling Springs is Penn's Chapel. And you know what happened. I've talked to the 911 operators. I've talked to the sheriff. I told them once they wanted to ignore me. They got tired of hearing my calls. They said, well, okay, we'll look into it. But they never do. I told them before I hung up, I said, I will say this, somebody's going to get killed. And when it happens, you're going to hear from me again, and that's why I'm here tonight. I mean, come on, people. Everybody should want people to live, be happy in this world. We're all going through enough of what's happening in it. We don't need to be fearful of walking across the street in our own neighborhood. I'm sorry, but I'm handicapped myself. My girlfriend that lives with me is blind in one eye. So what happens when we walk across the street? And we can't get out of the way of the car and it hits us.
3 minutes, sir.
I have more to read. I'm not going to bother reading it. I know you got me on a timer. Everybody's tired. You've had your meetings tonight. If I can, I'd like to leave it with you. Would you please pass it to somebody who will look into this? I've got examples of what we could use: speed bumps, anything, but we need something done to deter this. It's not deterring. We hear squealing tires, reckless driving all night long. And I appreciate your time, Mr. Mayor, and all of the commissioners. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. You can give it to our city clerk, and she'll duplicate that for us.
All right, I have a copy to give you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. All right, Jennifer Moreland. Good evening. Good to see you, Jennifer.
On the road from where I live in a brick house.
We'll
There
give
is
you
a
just a
Warren
second.
County Sheriff's Deputy. I don't,
On Jennifer.
I'm not a person, you know, to keep pestering and aggravating, but.
Duffer, we're going to allow others to talk.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Thank you for your
All
time.
right, Jennifer, when you start, I'll start.
Okay. How you doing, everybody?
Good.
Good. Okay. The mayor did a really good job at the snowstorm. You kept the streets cleared and everything. So thank you for that. But there's a problem. Okay. Now, I went to Girl Scouts, okay, and I thank you for the benches. That is a good thing. But we still need more money. And I have a great idea. The Girl Scouts. And I filled out the form, okay, and I said to them, and this is funny now, okay, I said to them with the description, I said, the community's butts would thank you.
Say that again.
Community butts would thank you. See, it's funny. Okay. Now, I've heard WKU, okay, is cutting back on buses, and we need to do something about that. And I have something that might help the BG Transit, okay? I got 44 signatures in this petition, and I can show you it too. And all these people vote, okay, Mayor? So, what I'm thinking is to make Small Business Development Office a stop on the BG. Okay? And I would like to see if somebody would help me get that established. Because that is, if we do this, we can improve transportation and we can get these 50 students answered to say that petitions are good. So, and I'm a published writer. I seen the book. Here's the book. So, but please do me a favor. Help with transportation. And you're doing a good job, but we need more money for them. Okay? And we need more stops that's going to benefit this community. And here's the 50 signatures that says it.
Thank you, Moreland. If you want to give that, or we can make a copy, we can do that as well. Let's see that. Give that to Mrs. Jackson over here, our city clerk.
Okay.
Okay. I think, Jennifer, the location you asked for, was that the WKU Innovation Campus? I understood that. Thank you.
That's a Small Business Development Office. And if you help this, it's going to help 50 students, voters, okay, voters, to have a way to the Small Business Development Office.
Thank you, Mrs. Moreland. Okay, next I have on the list Mrs. Mary Steele. Good evening. Mrs. Steele, I'm going to also set the timer, and welcome back. And when you start, I will go ahead and start it.
My name is Mary C. Steele, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners and all the city officials and all those people that are working to keep our city running. Thank you. And thank you for letting me speak again today. And it's just about communication. And I just want to say this. Everybody sees what everybody else is doing. And they make up their mind what they're doing and why, and kind of settle it in their own minds. But you see, God sees what we're doing, and He knows why. Because He knows our heart. That being said, I want you to know I didn't park in any parking places, and I parked on Elm Street, okay? So it was an interesting walk here. But anyway, the thing I wanted to talk to you about is what we say is always based on what our frame of reference is. Like you've probably told your child, say boo. You probably said Halloween, say boo. Do you know what say boo means and what it is? It's the third largest city in the Philippine Islands. It was a commercial center and a port of Cebu Island, and the Spaniards, they established that permanent settlement in the Philippines at Cebu in the 1500s. So you see, no matter what you say, somebody else might be thinking something different. And so the concern that I have is I want to go ahead and speak where we left off last time, and that is regarding dehydration and the problems that it can cause in the mental health world and in our bodies. So that being said, I think I announced that I had an addiction. I have an addiction to Aldi's Sunday Shop chocolate ice cream. Okay? That's my addiction. So now everybody knows. But anyway, so the concern that I have, I left off, I think, last week, and I was going to tell you how important it is that we are taken to a hospital for dehydration, because it's a clinical dehydration can kill you. And so I came through that very situation. And last week I was going to say, I spoke with a young lady my age who was a longtime employee of Life Skills and also the director of Brass. And I wanted to tell you what she said to me when I talked to her. And so I told her a little bit about my dehydration, and she said, I don't think that's probably true. Did you get tested? Did you get tested? No, I didn't. So in order for you to get tested, which I commend her for saying that, because since we need to get tested, we have to go to the hospital to get tested for clinical dehydration. So that is the main thing I wanted to tell you, that she told me exactly what I needed to hear, that we need to go to a hospital, the closest one available, in order to be tested for clinical dehydration. That being said, we all have communication problems. I had a few this week. I don't know if you all had any or not, but I had quite a few. But anyway, lots of it's my fault. Most of it's me, because I have a communication problem because I want to talk too much. If any of you have ever talked to me, you probably know that. So that being said, I can always say to people, and I tell them over and over, because they say they're late for a meeting, and I tell them this, just tell them you talked to Mary, and they'll understand.
Thank you,
So,
Mrs.
thank you
Steele.
too.
Thank
God
you for
bless
your
all
time
of you.
tonight.
Take care and be safe going home.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to clear this room for our closed session, and we'll come back to session after that's over, and you may come back in at that. Nope, I'm sorry, you're right. This is our adjournment. We are adjourned.
Oh, I'm so sorry.